Aha! We can now go live.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to just be talking until somebody tells me that you can hear me. And can you hear me? Am I there? I see a woohoo. Hi, everybody. Thank you for your patience. So it is over 30 degrees here, and I am a fat person who lives in an apartment with no air conditioning. So it was stay at my apartment where I know how to make this sort of work, or come and die from the heat, or come to my parents' place. Where I have no idea how I was trying to jury-rig something. I had wireless headphones and I was gonna make it play Clueless on the phone, but this phone, which has no jack, refused to connect to the wireless headphones, which then also happened to run out of batteries. So
everybody needs more jack.
So I am now using my parents' computer, which has the headphones in. So I can watch the thing on that. If anybody's wondering why it's a problem, it's because if I stream the sound from Clueless into the stream, we get in trouble. So.
Lacey Silverstone comes into your home and
she tells you about like essential oils and why you shouldn't vaccinate your children.
So that was me cluelessly trying to figure out about how to make one kind of technology work, and then all of a sudden the other technology didn't work, and boy, that was fun. Anyway, I'm so glad to have 6 of you here. Cole, you are awesome people.
Woohoo!
Charlie's here.
Charlie's here, yes, and I see Marge, and I see Violet, Jessica. I feel like
Marge says it's hard to hear me and Jack.
Oh no. Stupid OBS. You guys talk?
Hello. Sibilance. Sibilance. 1, 2, 3.
The thing says it's hearing you.
The rain in Spain falls mostly on the plain.
The rain in Spain.
I don't know how to audio mix that. I told you I'm bad at this.
Oh. Is there anything that we can do on our ends? I don't know.
We could boost our mic levels, but that could.
I don't know how I can do that. Oh, Charlie says we're just a little less loud.
Sorry, folks. This is watching Clueless with someone who is clueless.
We can't hear you. Or I can't hear you anyway.
Yeah, I can't either.
Well, that was fun. I muted myself on the Zoom.
There you are.
Well, that'll make me and Jack sound louder by comparison.
This is watching Clueless with the Clueless, apparently.
Hey, it's on theme.
And I just realized we forgot to introduce you two. For those who don't, watch Muppet Sex and Trauma. So.
Oh, hi. My name is Jack Kramme, and I do Muppet Sex and Trauma with Sarah here. And I edit for other people, and I do lots of different stuff.
And I'm Ren the Barbarian. I'm not technically on the Muppet Sex and Trauma podcast. I've been a guest a couple times. I'm kind of the fifth Beatle of the group.
Whoa, Sarah.
I was like, I need a background. Oh no, that's why I don't do backgrounds. I forgot this.
That was amazing.
Ground control to Major Tom.
I forgot the laptop doesn't let me do back. It just doesn't recognize me if I turn on the virtual background.
Apparently the sound is better now, Charlie says.
Yeah.
Yay! I don't know. I turned up the volume on the computer.
Charlie says, "Who are these randos?" I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know. I just got like a link to show up here, so I just clicked it.
Yeah.
Here I am. I got my coffee. I got my hoodie.
I found the link written on a bathroom stall. It said, "Click here for a good time."
Can you imagine?
So
that'll be the equivalent in 20 years. Instead of like phone numbers, it'll be links to Zooms and Tinder profiles.
That'd be like a good idea. Like if you had like an OF, just like write like your OF handle or whatever, like on a bathroom men's bathroom stall, and like
That's actually pretty. No, stop it, Jack. Stop.
Depends on you'd have to be selective about the bathroom stall for appropriate marketing. It's like upscale restaurant, yes. Truck stop, probably not.
Hey, money is money, honey.
Safety is safety.
Money. That's what.
I don't know why I'm thinking this through because it's not something I do.
Never say never. Never say never.
Anyway,
you don't have an OF, Sarah?
Don't say never for me.
No, good. No shame whatsoever to people who do, but that is not a thing I would ever feel comfortable doing.
It's only a matter of
see
time.
Myself naked,
I'm kidding.
so I don't know why anyone else would want to. It's just got weird.
I took it to a weird place. It's my bad.
I just have a thing. I want to be able to choose who sees me naked.
That's fair.
That's very. That's
valid.
Valid. Very valid.
Ooh, we haven't had nobody's talking in the stream. Is it still going?
I don't know.
We have 17 watching now, apparently.
Apparently.
Can I get a W in chat?
Maybe it's just mine is being funny because I haven't seen anybody since Charlie was saying promises.
There we go. Yep. Very reasonable one. From
Hannah. There we go.
Hi, Hannah.
So I don't know how many of you have watched. Know that Jack and I, with our friend Josh, who was strangely adamant not to come to this.
He was like, "No, thank you, absolutely not."
No idea why. But the three of us host a podcast called Muppet Sex and Trauma, where we talk about Farscape, which I have seen and they haven't. And Ren comes and visits now and then because they're a dear friend of ours. And they also have a spectacular YouTube channel if you love Star Trek and other nerdy things.
I actually just put out a video today about the new Thor movie. If you've seen that, it's got a lot of spoilers.
I'll watch that after I watch the film. The cat spa video I really liked.
Thank you.
Quality punnage.
Trick or treat.
Yeah. It's a much more pleasant topic of conversation than the video that I put out. But
it was like righteous anger. I was like, all right, pop off, queen, as the kids say, I think.
Oh, Ren, you better tell people where your channel is. Actually, you should be able to put a link in chat. I think you're...
Yeah, I'll just type it in real quick.
Oh, I'm a moderator. I didn't know I was a moderator.
I think the two of you are.
Sure. Behave, or else I will bring down the hammer. No, I won't.
Oh, maybe you're not, Ren. I will just make you one.
Oh.
There you are.
Ren the Barbarian!
You don't seem very barbaric, Ren. I gotta be honest. Your barbarism game is not all that strong, but I appreciate that.
Well, Ren the Bard didn't have the same ring to it, so...
Yeah.
Barbarian is my second class of choice.
Fair enough.
I like it.
Yeah, for anybody who's wondering, yes, I am doing okay despite that thing kind of triggering me. Yesterday, I also needed to edit the latest Muppet Sex and Trauma episode, which was Jack was
the
away.
last one we did?
No, because you were sick, so Josh and I recorded a live reaction of us watching the Muppet movie, and I cannot recommend as self-care any higher than editing yourself and your friend laughing your faces off and enjoying we're just laughing and enjoying like all the 70s music and all the Muppety Muppet stuff of it all. So
as soon as I get a chance, I'm gonna like queue up the Muppet movie and then like watch you guys' reaction along with the movie.
Yeah. We were a bit. We also were chaotic in that because I thought we were discussing and he thought we were reacting. So,
The last Muppet Sex and Trauma we did was really hilarious. Like,
oh God,
it was a glorious shit show that got weird, and that was probably the most fun I've had, like, doing that podcast. It was so funny, and I can't wait for you guys to see it.
Yeah, it's going to get weirder.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to get significantly weirder.
Down. It went south real quick.
Yeah, also, wait till this Sunday when we see Josh's face when I say who's going to be guesting on the episode that cracked you up. Crackers don't matter. Just the title, he's a mess.
You can't. I forgot about it. Just as a white person, it just so much. Okay, I'm calm.
My favorite episode of Farscape comes in season 4.
Okay.
My favorite episode comes up pretty soon.
I think I know which one is your favorite. That's also one of my favorites, but
yeah, it's the one Lonnie's going to be guesting on. Anyway, you guys didn't come here to. You folks, sorry, I'm trying to degender my language. You folks didn't come to watch us talk about Farscape. We were going to talk about Clueless, because I wanted to watch a good Austen adaptation. and this one is so good you can even enjoy it if you've never watched Austen or read anything Austen.
I think we should bring back the 90s/early 2000s trend of like taking classic literature and modernizing it into like teen rom-coms.
Yeah, I think this was the start of that. Because like 10 Things I Hate About You is really good too.
I love that movie.
Oh yeah, that movie's amazing.
I think the last one that they did was like Easy A, which was like, I don't know, 2011 maybe?
Yeah, it's relatively good as a story. I don't know if it's as enjoyable.
It wasn't
not as good
really,
a story.
Like, it wasn't really like an adaptation of the Scarlet Letter, just more like had references to it. But still, like, it was like more like an homage.
Yeah.
Ren the Barbie. They should make a Barbie of me.
I would buy that Barbie and add it to my collection. Collection of action figures. I don't collect Barbies.
Yeah, that doesn't
Just
work.
to be clear.
That doesn't work as well when you don't have when you have a virtual background up and everyone can't see Chucky and his friends.
Most of my figures are like horror, like villains and stuff. But I would have a Ren the Barbarian Barbie sitting in a place of honor.
I want to play a superhero in some movie, and I want like there to be merch of my character.
That'd be awesome.
I think me and Zara were talking one time about how I should play Squirrel Girl in the MCU, and I was like, yes!
I don't remember that conversation, but I agree with myself.
I think it was on our unreleased project that we brought it up, maybe.
Yeah, ADHD is gonna let me. Yeah, I'm gonna release that project.
I mean, it's only been like 5 months.
Not quite. Since we recorded it, yes, but like, it was since I wanted to get my marks back before we released it. But perhaps that's a little bit vain, but I don't know. It's only been 2 months.
Charlie says, "Release the project."
Yeah, it's called Real Fat People. We did a thing, people who were having actual fat people talk about fat people in the movies.
Is it REEL?
Of course
Yes.
it is.
That makes me happy.
You know, I came up with it since it's a pun.
Oh, well done.
The title, the project itself. Sorry, that was Sarah's idea.
No, it was a collaboration. I just did the academic part. The boring bit.
Barbie and Chucky would get up to a lot of pure chaos, Charlie. I would come home and my apartment would be on fire, and there'd be like "F you" written in lipstick on the wall.
No, we'd write horror like in Black Swan.
I also think a Jack Ken doll would be spectacular. Like metalhead in a wheelchair, and you'd know it'd have to be like a customized chair too.
Yeah.
And of course, you'd have to have like the fabulous eyeshadow. You didn't do the eyeshadow today. I thought we were going to be eyeshadow twins.
Well, I put eyeliner and mascara on. I just, it's been a morning, okay? I'm sorry.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
I literally got out of the pool a little bit ago. I'm like, your stupid human body made me get out of the water.
I was actually, the main reason was because I was running out of time because it's been a morning. But we were late anyway, so...
My hair took forever. I was going to do, like, some hair down and, like, 2 ponytails. My hair is, like, so flat that they just look kind of sad and pathetic, so I ended up doing this weird braid thing.
I like it. It looks good.
Thank you.
I just realized I forgot to tweet out that we'd started. Because I am clueless, but that is to doing this.
It's in keeping with the spirit of the movie.
Thanks, Marg.
Yeah, please, if you would tell us how to pronounce your name correctly, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Tell us what it rhymes with. That is the usual.
It's like GIF or GIF. Is it Marg or Marge?
It is absolutely GIF. It is GIF.
Yes, thank you. I don't want to be friends with anyone who calls it GIF.
It's like nails on a chalkboard for me. I cannot stand it.
I rather like the French pronunciation of GIF. There's a podcast I listened to that decided the best way to settle the argument was to use the French pronunciation.
That's acceptable. But Jif is a brand of peanut butter.
Yes.
Over here it's a cleaner. Like it's like a bathroom cleaner. So yeah.
I thought you were saying that like in Australia they call gifts cleaners, and I was like, well, that's an interesting name.
No, we call them gifts. Gifts.
Yes, it's not a gift. It's a gift.
Okay, so it's not like Marge Simpson.
It's like Margarita.
Margo. Well, great, thank you.
For the kind words, Marge.
We're staying away again.
Jack does indeed look fabulous. He always looks fabulous.
Yes, he does.
I mean,
we like to objectify him.
You can objectify me all you want.
Like, he's naturally a 10. It's just like when he wears the eyeshadow, he's a 12.
You guys.
Flashbacks to that Persuasion film.
I don't know what that means.
It's the bad adaptation I was complaining about. And it one of the things is they managed to jam in all these modern phrases that are like already out of date because it was written by a 50-year-old man. Or no, not even. It was written by an 80-year-old man as one of the writers. So it's like what a boomer thinks.
Oh Lord.
Gen Zs sound like. So there's a phrase where she says, "He's a 10. I would never trust a 10." So now that phrase just makes me cringe.
I'm curious what you think about the Dickinson show, because the Dickinson show is like very anachronistic. Like, you know, at one point Emily makes a joke about being single AF.
Yeah, I need to check that out. I think that might work better because
it's kind of surreal, so like the modernizations work.
Yeah, like if you did that kind of thing with Jane, with Miss Austen, it would work a lot better than doing it with the character of Anne.
Jack looks like Buffy and Never Kill a Boy on the first
See-
day. Because you got the big puffy coat.
And now Ian turns up.
You just
Wait,
you have
once
the
I've
coffee
figured
cup.
out-
Ian, I love you and I miss you, and I want you to come home.
Ian, where were you when I was confused about how to make this thing work?
Also, Charlie says their name is pronounced Shifogedictipilopali.
Or Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie, sorry, we're gonna misname you.
Gosh, you guys are so transphobic.
You have, if that is truly your pronunciation, you have carte blanche to call me Sarah. Only people whose name I can't pronounce are allowed to call me Sarah.
I made a joke on Twitter the other day that Ren isn't short for Catherine, it's actually short for Renjamin.
Renault.
Actually,
Flashy European car. Actually, I don't think it's a very flashy car. Renard. No, it's short for Renard. You are a fox.
I do have the red hair, sort of.
Anyway, we have been talking nonsense for a while, and there's only so long I can monopolize my parents' office.
Can I please call you Renjamin from now on?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I really want to do that. Thanks.
Only if I can call you Jacula.
You can call me whatever the hell you want, like whatever. I'm just pick a name. You can whatever, or you can switch names. It's all good. Just let me know. It's all
All
good.
right.
So, Jacqueline.
Oh.
No? Okay.
No. My sister calls me Jacqueline. So I just had this weird sort of uncanny valley moment.
Count Jacula is so much cooler.
Yes, Jacula is good. Okay, shall we get on? And is everybody
Let's
queued
do
to
it.
0? Let me know in the
queued
chat. Give me some kind of sign that you are ready to. Well, that would. But use the word R. Tell me. Give me an R if you're ready to go.
It opened up my eyes and I saw the. Sorry.
The first of what will no doubt be a lot of 90s sing-alongs.
Oh God. The opening song is "Kids in America." You already know I'm gonna be singing along to that.
Oh no, I forgot about that. Okay. Cool.
Hey, Charlie agrees with me. We're Team Renard.
Yeah.
Benjamin just sounds so cool. Benjamin.
Multiple
I'm
things.
cool with whichever.
We live in a postmodern society. Multiple things can be true.
That's true. Get it? Because never mind. Sorry. Okay, I'm down. I'm ready. I love you.
You're not
Ian.
sticking around, Ian. We miss you too.
Yes, we
Take
miss.
care, buddy. And
Hey.
I'll never let go.
Wait, you're Jack. It's Ian that's supposed to never let go.
Yeah.
I guess.
Hey, we live in a postmodern world.
We should just use that excuse for everything. You murdered a man. Hey, it's a postmodern world.
Yes, Marge. We can't stream the movie into the chat, or we will get in trouble. So you have to watch
Alicia
it in your home.
Silverstone will come into our homes and try to sell us essential oils and breastfeed us or something. Sorry.
Jack always taking it that extra mile.
Well, at least it's not Paltrow.
I was like, oh man, why did I? I'm sorry, Sarah. You'll never...
You be you, Habibi. You be you.
You guys always say that I never need a brain filter. This is why, okay?
This is why we want you to have no filter.
Okay.
The chaos.
Just let us know, Mark, when you're ready. And I am very sorry. This apartment is by the sea. The Coast Guard is outside. There's going to be flames.
Is everything okay?
You can probably, unless by some miracle you manage not to hear that.
Don't worry about it, Sarah. It's just semen.
Yep. Yes, it is. They're remarkably common around here.
Are there any sperm whales about?
I don't know.
Jack is like, y'all are testing me.
Jack is turning fun colors.
What?
You're turning fun colors. You match the background.
Mark says that we can go ahead and start and that they'll catch up.
Okay, great. So, we will be doing the 3, 2, 1 thingy. Yeah, that was okay. I am not good at this. Does someone else want to count in? Because I am very bad at that.
Oh, I'll do it. Oh,
no,
okay.
Ren, by all means. No, Ren, by all means.
Okay. Yep. All right. Everybody ready? All right. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, we did it.
Yay!
Turn the old window. Don't stop the wheels of this city go rushing by. I sit here alone and I wonder why.
Oh, that logo is nostalgic.
And it's the singing along moment that we find out who's the second before who.
See, this is like this is the childhood I wanted. Although I realized that it would have required me to be like a lot richer than I was.
It's so 90s.
And
oh
also
my God,
in a movie.
Oh my God.
I want to throw up in the best way. This was never a thing. Was it?
No. Maybe
also,
for the like
a touchscreen in '96. I don't know about that.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry, but like I wanted this like closet with the little filtering system or whatever.
I want $500 an hour. Hey, it's that guy.
I want $500 an hour to fight with people.
Yeah. I'm not doing that for free.
I swear to God, they're playing Just a Girl Like Gwen Stefani in the background.
Yeah. Well, it's no doubt, but yeah.
Hey, new person. Redum 10. Welcome.
Welcome. Hi there.
The original, what are you doing, step bro?
I'm just a girl.
'Cause I'm just a girl.
I love the way they play with the source material, like because in Emma, the dad is a super hypochondriac.
Ah, okay.
It's interesting her having the like, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, see, I had no idea this was based on Austen until like a year or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you definitely don't need to know the source material to get this.
I love that hat.
That hat is gaudy AF, and
oh, it's iconic.
I like it.
Ooh.
I was in high school the same year as this, but it was nothing like this. Is that the Buffy school?
I think they used a lot of they used that one high school for like a lot of shoots.
Yeah, I think it is the Buffy school.
I was rewatching Smallville and I realized that the Luthor Mansion is the same like building that they used for the Xavier School in the X-Men movies, and I was like,
oh yeah, that's Hatley Castle. That's up island from here.
I love this guy.
I've been there. It's a beautiful house. The X-Men mansion. This is one of the problems of living in BC. I think it's probably similar in LA. That like, I know where so many of the places where things are filmed at. So like when I was watching Deadpool, I'm just like, okay, the mansion is is in Souk, and that's clearly North Vancouver. So what does Deadpool do on the ferry?
Here we go. Iconic moment coming up.
Oh yeah.
Off of me! Ugh, as if!
I think I'm a little bit ahead.
And I'm a little bit behind. We're doing our best.
Yep. I paused for a second.
See, this is why I love Cher, because she stands up for the oppressed.
It does look like Sunnydale U, Charlie.
Hadians.
And it's Wallace Shawn. Inconceivable.
Yeah.
I forgot he's in there.
He's also in one of the most mind-numbing films I've ever seen, My Dinner with Andre. I didn't enjoy that film.
Is that girl scratching her face with her phone, like her phone antenna? She was like doing this number.
Yeah.
Remember when phones had antennas?
That dude in the red shirt is at least like 32.
Oh yeah. Iconic moment.
Margaret wants a timestamp or visual cue so they can sync.
I am at 5:25. Looking at Alicia Silverstone in the yellow.
I'm at 5:20, 30, 31.
Oh, I'm like way ahead of y'all.
It's probably bit rates that are different. Breckenmeyer, I love
Breckenmeyer. What?
Yeah.
I wish he got bigger than he did. Like he's well known, but not like well known.
I feel like they were like with his character, they were trying to do like a Spicoli thing.
Mm-hmm.
Radham says it was Torrance High, aka Sunnydale High.
Yeah. I think I know that school better than I know my own.
I went to a lot of different schools, so yeah, same.
I didn't go to school. I was just naturally born this smart.
That makes sense. I believe that.
I went to the same high school as Joni Mitchell.
Oh.
Many years later. And I think she went to like almost every school in Saskatoon anyway, but they made a big deal out of it having been Joni Mitchell's school, even though she didn't graduate.
My sister went to the same high school that Belinda Emmett went to, who is was an Australian actress that no one outside of Australia knows, but she died a while ago.
Fun fact, I went to high school with the two older brothers of the girl who plays Max on Stranger Things.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, their family moved away before she went to high school, though, so, because, you know, her acting career took off.
Yeah.
Hi, Dad. Sorry. Yeah, the fourth wall break narrating stuff. Well, it's not fourth wall break, but the narration works in this film. Because it's very, very Emma/Cher. And enter Paul Rudd, who looks the same.
He looks exactly the same.
The man is immortal.
He's got that David Bowie aging and sleeping in Tupperware.
Yeah.
Look.
I mean, he looks a little bit more babyish, but not much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in his 50s now, isn't he? Which is insane to me.
Yeah.
Some people's genes, you know.
Like denim and... Never mind. That's a dumb joke.
I think the Ant-Man movies are underrated. I think that they're fun. They're not the best thing in the MCU, but, like, they're fun little heist movies.
Yeah, I enjoy them.
The first
Mostly...
one, and I found it just kind of boring or underwhelming, really.
Yeah. I like heist movies, so maybe that's just me.
I went in not expecting much, and therefore I enjoyed it. Both times. Same thing. Not really expecting much. Oh, this is fun.
The visuals are fun with the shrinking, the growing, and everything. Especially Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Wait, Paul
You're
Rudd
right,
was in Romeo and
Radam. I do
Juliet.
love the use of color.
He
in
was?
in this film.
Admittedly, I've not seen R+J. Sorry.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
It's really interesting to watch from a film perspective.
I mean, I like Baz Luhrmann. Like, I think his stuff is just fun, and it's always like Baz Luhrmann films always feel like an event.
I love Moulin Rouge. I will watch that movie anytime.
Yeah. It's just it's pure candy.
I even like the Great Gatsby movie, which I know it was boring, but like I love the book The Great Gatsby, and plus I just love the stylism. Not to mention the homoeroticism.
Oh, there's always that.
Yes.
I really want to see the new Elvis.
Oh yeah, I'm really curious.
Good things.
I swear I saw something in some trailer that made it look like they were gonna try and turn Elvis into some like civil rights activist.
Wow. Okay. Oh, the 90s.
Redem10 says, have you ever noticed that we never see David Bowie and Paul Rudd in the same room? Suspicious.
David Bowie didn't die, he just became Paul Rudd.
What would be sort of the anti-nostalgia when you see a thing and you go, ooh, I'm so glad that doesn't exist anymore? Because that's how I feel about seeing malls.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
I love malls.
It was nice to have someplace big and air-conditioned to go to, but so many people.
I don't know.
I like to people watch, so...
I remember... Sorry, Ren.
I was just gonna say, I also love how you go to the food mall and there will be like some like Chinese food station that'll be like insert word walk, like fancy walk or something, and you go and like they just like give you like ungodly amounts of like mugu gai pan or whatever in that little styrofoam thing.
It's Chinese food that you wouldn't find in China.
It's American Chinese food. Let's be real. Chinese food trademark.
Yeah, I mean, everything has its advantage, because there's always the store, it's called San Francisco, I think, in ours, that was like the store of weird nonsense. It was just like, just any weird thing you could find. I still love dollar stores for that.
See, I still feel kind of sad that malls are dying, because I like to be able to go and look at something before I actually buy it. I've bought so many shirts online that turn out to be like really poor quality or they don't fit. But I mean, you can't match the variety, of course, that you can get online.
Oh no, I'm sad stores are going. I just don't like the mall. I love a high street.
Okay. Yeah.
I love the atmosphere.
If you're gonna be stuffed with that many people, it should be outside.
That's true. It's nice like a mall has like a courtyard or something.
For me, I guess it's like
the woman in the beehive looks 40.
They all do.
She's just allowed to talk on her phone in class.
I remember a time without the internet, and whenever my internet goes down now, I feel like I've gone back to the Stone Age, and I don't know what to do with myself. So that's probably it for me. Like when I think about life without the internet, because I don't know. It's become such a necessary and ubiquitous thing now.
Yeah, so I think I would be stuck with a deck of cards. That's about all I can think of to do with no internet.
Yeah, or even
books.
Most of my single player games still require a DRM or something play them, which is insane.
See,
One thing I
Charlie
don't
agrees
like,
with
though-
me. Mall is a sensory stimulation nightmare. Yes, it's just too much.
One thing I don't like though is like the way that like smart technology is being integrated into everything. Like I don't want to have to use like my facial sign-in to like open my refrigerator.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Especially as
And
like it anything changes at all and it doesn't recognize you.
Yeah.
I hate that if I sign out of something, it signs out of it on all of my devices, and then I have to sign back in on every single thing. That's annoying.
I'm gonna sound like totally like paranoid, but it's like it just feels like a way for like people to like spy on you more and like steal your data and sell it to whoever.
Nah, they'll do that anyway.
But I mean, that's Facebook in a nutshell, though.
Yeah. Like, oh, I see you bought milk and eggs. Let me tell insert site that's buying your data here.
Well, the weird thing is, right, so I bought a t-shirt like a couple of weeks ago, and then I kept getting ads for the same shirt. So the algorithm was like, hey, you bought this shirt, would you like to buy another one? Like, no, I don't.
Sorry, I'm a little on sensory overload right now, trying to confusing myself.
Sorry, Zara.
No, it's okay. It's just because I'm not.
Oh, he's reading Friedrich Nietzsche outside by the pool. He's so.
How else would we know he's a smarty?
Uh-huh.
It's not like the goatee is.
Yeah. What a beatnik! Like he needs like a beret and some bongos.
But I get the sensory thing with moles because about 15 years ago I went through a bad bout of anxiety, and during that period I couldn't handle going into like shopping malls and stuff because it'd just be too much and it'd send me into like a panic attack. So I get that.
What I don't like about malls is that like being a bigger person, there aren't a lot of options for me. The mall like nearest me I think has like one store that has like plus size options, but it's torrid, so everything is like horrendously overpriced.
Yeah, I'm
I
a
bought
big
2
boy
pairs
myself.
of jeans there, and it was $120 for 2 pairs of jeans.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's funny watching this, and like you remember how glamorous college students used to look?
Yeah.
When you were.
Of course, this is before everybody went to college. Because they didn't have to back then.
Yeah, but like now I look at this and like, yeah, pretentious philosophy student. Okay, that was me when I was 20.
That's me now.
And having gone to university at 40.
Except I'm not a student.
I used to be a snobby philosophy student, but then I decided being a bimbo was more fun.
I'm not that snobby, but I'm way into philosophy and. To the point where I'm sure it's annoying for my friends and family.
But you call me selfish, not to your face. This movie is iconic. My God, look at that latex skirt. How is she allowed to wear that to school? I know it's LA, but what the fuck?
In reality, she wouldn't be, but it works for the film. Ah! Mark has joined us watching the... You took an arrow to the knee.
That's a Skyrim reference.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, that's a story that needs expanding.
Yeah. Like, I used to be a something, but then I took an arrow to the knee.
Out of context, that would have been a very confusing comment.
I said we were watching Clueless with the Clueless, and I'm the Clueless.
Aww.
Aw, that's cute.
I like how they basically just like did the equivalent of like brushing the other teacher's hair and like straightening her skirt a bit, and then all of a sudden she's a hottie.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. I apologize for all the noise.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, good. Okay. Because that was very noisy.
I once tried to matchmake my grandma with this old man that I was going to play with. She was not having it. He seemed interested in her, though.
I never play matchmaker, but I do like playing Catalyst. Like, you two have things in common. I shall leave the room.
What's really funny is that, like, this guy that was in this play with me, he was, like, a really interesting guy. He owned a bakery, but apparently he was so independently wealthy that he could have a castle built for his house. Like he legit built a castle. And now it's like a tourist spot. It's like people come in for tours and stuff. It's got like a torture chamber. I've seen it. And I was like, "Come on, Grandma, don't you want to be the queen of his castle?" And she was like, "Absolutely not."
God, the soundtrack is like off its head.
Isn't it? Proud parents.
That's a lawyer right there.
Yep.
One time I brought home an all A report card, and my dad said, "Next time, let's try for all A pluses." I totally didn't scar my brain or anything.
This is our representation, apparently. Oh no, there's more coming.
Oh, there's always like the grouchy lesbian coach.
Brittany Murphy. Rest her soul.
Yes. R.I.P.
This would be how my dad attempted to teach me tennis. He's going to serve at you. It worked really well for my brother. Or rather well, but not me.
I went to this sport and rec camp when I was a kid, and they taught us tennis one day, but all I did was just like smack the crap out into the ball. Was just like I would just hit it as hard as I could. And the coach was like, "Yeah, that's not actually how you play." I'm like, "I don't care."
That would be how I got the role of goalie in field hockey. Is because I just I couldn't do just couldn't tap the thing. I just kicked it. So like, well, okay, we'll stick you in goal.
The one time I was ever involved in organized sports, I went to like this teeny tiny private school for a year, a Lutheran school, and there were 9 girls on the volleyball team, and they literally needed me. So that was the only time. I was the worst one on the team.
Yes, there was indeed a Clueless TV show, Chad.
Really?
Yes, there was.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I remember there was a time when they were like making like TV shows out of moderately successful movies.
Mm-hmm. You've got it, and now this iconic. Any high school movie, you have to do the "Here are the cliques."
Yeah.
That is fair. High school boys are the worst.
They are children.
I mean, when I was in high school.
Yes, you can remember when you were in high school.
Not speaking now.
Teenagers are dicks, and they're still dicks. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, I think I just hung out with gay men in high school. Pretty much.
Everyone talks about how, like, the theater was, like, a gathering for, like, the gays and outcasts, and at my school, it must have been different, because, yes, we did have, like, closeted gay boys, but, like, all the girls were, like, snooty conservative prudes.
weird.
There were, yeah, it was mostly us weirdos in my school. Aw, he's cute.
That's like the ultimate fantasy. Like some guy in high school is like interested in the little doodles you made in your binder.
Yeah, I do doodle. Do you doodle? Doodle. I forgot the line.
I do doodle too.
I doodle doodle do.
Thank you, Jack. Are you talking about drugs?
As someone older, 2 months. You know they're real friends if when you immediately meet them, they want to change everything about you.
Of course. But
what are friends for?
That is 100% Emma. Yeah.
Huh?
Charlie, I am horrifically bad at knowing when someone's flirting with me as well. Like, still, I have no idea. If you're interested in me, you have to have like a flashing neon sign behind you that says like I'm hitting on you, and then maybe I will pick up on it.
I'm just used to, back in school when people would guys would come up to me and like fake flirt with me and say, or like the girl or like a popular girl would come up and be like, hey, Tyler, he wants to go out with you, he likes you, and it's like clearly a joke.
Yeah, I had that too.
Nobody would ever go out with you.
Yeah, that happened to me once. That sucked.
They used to send me those like Valentine's things that schools do, like little telegram. Yeah, they used to send me those from each other.
See, teenagers are dicks.
Yes, they are.
Case in point.
So I love flirting when it's not serious, but I get very confused if people actually intend it. Which is why I like Josh and I flirt all the time on the podcast, and you get very confused, and we're just playing.
Yeah, I know it's playing.
It's funny. And yes, I'm by stereotype, aren't I? Yeah, I can flirt.
If men are from Mars and women are from Venus, then where are non-binary peeps from?
Uranus.
I'm straight out of Uranus.
The asteroid belt?
The moon. Clueless, that's the name of the movie. What? Shut up. Quit psychoanalyzing her.
Yeah, when you watch this as an adult, you're like, he's as clueless as she is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at its core, the film is very kind, though. It has a kind point.
And I like.
Donald Trump in the background?
Oh my god, it looks like him. It totally looks like with more hair.
Slightly less orange, but only slightly.
Yeah.
Remember when Donald Trump just randomly shows up in Home Alone 2?
I prefer not to.
Yeah! What the hell?
Ugh.
Yeah, Elton. Always a fun role.
Oh my god, the Pippi Longstocking braids. How do you do that? Do you, like, stick wires in your hair? Or just use, like, a lot of hairspray?
I think you need pipe cleaners at least.
Remember in high school when you just do random photo shoots by the fountain with your friends? Not even your friends, just, like, people who, like, are in your social orbit.
I mean, I smoke cigarettes in the toilets. Does that count?
I had friends who did other things in the toilets.
Wow.
Hey now.
Wow.
I've seen that guy in something, right?
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of things. He was in 6 Feet Under. And
Oh, 6 Feet Under. Okay, that's where I've seen him. He plays, like, the bipolar brother.
Yeah, and then he was in Law and Order.
I haven't watched Law and Order, but I have seen 6 Feet Under. I actually, like, I think I watched it this past year for the first time.
See, now I know you're in Gen Z because you haven't watched Law and Order.
I haven't watched Law and Order, but I'm not into cop shows. So.
Well, it's
it used to be like on every channel.
I didn't grow up with cable.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We were poor. I'm like on the border of millennial and Gen Z. 1996 seems to be the gray area.
I'm an old millennial.
I'm an elderly millennial, apparently. Geriatric millennial. Because I was 16 in 1996.
Okay.
My sister is
yes,
just 2 years
everyone
older
has
than
been
you.
in Law and Order. He was one of the cops.
That's true. Everybody has been in Law and Order.
Shit, I've been in Law and Order. I haven't. That's a lie.
I
It'd be
got
cool
arrested
though.
once. No, I'm kidding. I didn't.
I've been listening to
That
a
was joke.
Law and Order podcast. These are their stories, and they like talk about all where the guests. Hey, it's that guy.
How many sodding episodes have there been of Law and Order?
Oh,
Is it still going?
It's
yeah, I know, right? I feel like it's like the worlds will end, the apocalypse will come, and Law and Order will still be on TV.
It's like I feel like it's like Bold and the Beautiful, and it just keeps going.
It took a break for a while with the original one that the SVU kept going.
Oh yeah.
It's the Elia. The dress. It's the Elia.
Excuse me.
Yeah, would Austen recognize this as one of her balls? Yeah, probably.
Is that guy just wearing a cat in the hat?
Yep. I knew someone who wore a cat in the hat to school.
I actually did see her wearing that dress. They're not lying. That is the dress she was wearing earlier in the movie.
That's
Sure, why would you wear nice shoes to a house party where you know kids are going to be sloppy drunk? That's on you.
Nah, that's character development. Well, that's how you know
the
he's
cops.
straight.
Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? Oh god.
I think in the later seasons he was one of the main cops. I actually find it more interesting to watch the old Law and Order and like notice the propaganda than to attempt to watch the new stuff that's trying to fix it.
Apparently they added this scene because, like, when they were filming this, he was going bald for real.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he's always had a shaved head. Always.
So, hot take, but Dion and Murray are low-key a little toxic. Just low-key.
Absolutely. I think it's very high-key, if that's a word.
I'm glad we don't dance like we did in the 90s.
I'm not much for a dancer myself, so...
I still dance like I did in the 90s because I've always danced a vaguely goth dance thing. That's the only kind I know how to do. That and some belly dancing movies.
To dancing is like headbanging at a concert.
Which is classic. Travis is adorable.
God, girl, just let her talk to the stoner guy. Let her talk to Discount Spicoli. What is it with, like, 90s content where, like, girls will dance promiscuously with each other, but, like, for male attention?
I think the last two words just said that. Just explain it. Male attention.
Except in Buffy the Vampire Slayer when it was just sapphic.
I think that was also intended for male attention, and they just, lucked into it being gloriously sapphic.
Like, yeah, Buffy and Faith are surrounded by dudes, but let's be real, all their attention was on each other.
I don't know who the actor playing Travis is.
That's not Breckin Meyer's character, is it?
No, that's the guy from 6 Feet
Myers
Under.
is Travis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Breckin Meyer is the stoner, and then, like, 6 Feet Under guy is, like, the popular dude.
That guy. Oh, okay.
His name is Jeremy Sisto.
And with the homies. Not in the pool, dude! Oh god, deal with that coat for a second.
Oh yeah, that is glorious.
This guy's... I don't like him.
This is like that thing on the Californians on Saturday Night Live when they're like talking about like directions in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Just take the 10 up to Santa Monica and get out of here.
This is really when absolutely everyone is clueless.
Why is there a snowman?
Eh.
I don't know. I was wondering.
She's just like stealing these people's lawn ornaments.
Well, that's what people do at parties. You know, there's a in Glasgow. There's a statue that has basically always had a traffic cone on its head.
Wow.
They try to remove it, and every time someone puts a new traffic cone on its head. It's just what people do when they're drunk.
There was a statue here in the city of a woman, and somebody put googly eyes on it, and it lasted for a couple of weeks, and I loved it so much, but they took them off.
I read a story about like this statue in this town that kept getting vandalized, and they kept having to like hire this guy to clean it. And then it came out that like it was the guy vandalizing the statue, so the city would keep hiring him to clean it.
See, that's an
Wow.
entrepreneur. You know?
Yes. Entrepreneurial spirit.
Uh-oh, we have a spammer in chat.
Yeah.
Yes. Bye-bye, Mr. Troll.
Ugh.
We got it. We got it.
You know you haven't really made it until you get the spam bots.
That's true. It's a rite of passage.
Yep.
Oh!
Also, people who aren't wanted on the channel.
Do you know who my father is? You know somebody's a douchebag in a 90s movie, they say, do you know who my father is?
See, this is why when you adapt Austen to the present, you kind of have to do it in high school. Because the social structures just don't really make a lot of sense elsewhere.
Yeah. You just said for him to leave you alone, girl. That being said, leaving her out in the middle of nowhere is a dickhead move.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I was ready to spring. This isn't a liar.
The fictional characters would be adults. Do you think they ever think about the events of the movie, or is it barely a memory?
Well, that depends on whether or not Cher and her stepbrother stay together.
Yeah. I mean, I doubt Elton ever thinks of this.
Yeah, it's probably just another night for him.
Yeah, I mean, it does, like, the end of the film gives this sort of life-changing sort of feeling, so I don't know, maybe they do.
Yeah, that thing
Well,
like the high school
Cher.
movies. That thing the high school movies do where they act like, you know, if the person you're with in high school, like, that's the person you're with forever, like, that's your true love, and I'm like, that's bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I think we all have some memories of high school we keep. But so many of them just, like,
I've tried to block out most of high school.
Me too.
Do you ever think Cher is like, Josh, help, I'm stuck in the washing machine?
Wow.
That actress looks so much like, my brain went to Willow, Alison Hannigan. There's just something.
A little bit.
Oh.
The nose is a little bit different.
Yeah, when the camera actually looks at her,
Yeah.
It's clear, but from the side it was like.
Ooh. Told you, college girl. Oh, Lord.
See, now this music makes me nostalgic. That's what I was listening to in '96.
Counting Crows? Big Counting Crows fan?
Yeah, and that kind of alternative stuff.
In high school, I was listening to mostly what I heard on, like, the soundtrack to Smallville, so a lot of Fight for Fighting.
High school, I was listening to, like, a lot of Marilyn Manson and stuff like that.
See, that's on brand for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely into like Nine Inch Nails and KMFDM and that sort of stuff, but also that was a little later.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah,
and there were a lot of Canadian bands as well that you guys wouldn't know, like Moist.
I was in high school choir. Yes, I have trauma. Let's not talk about it. And like, I remember there was like this weird cult of a cappella growing through my high school choir. There were so many Pentatonics fans, and I was just like, you know what would make this sound better? Instruments.
Yeah.
Of course, that was right when Pitch Perfect came out, so there was like a big a cappella craze because of that.
Yeah, I was listening to like Kitty, From Autumn to Ashes, Disturbed.
Oh yeah, Disturbed is good. It's because we were all in high school at different times.
Just a lot of like metal and metalcore and like gothy proggy stuff. Now I
The
listen
PC
to like
term.
Like this. Oh god, this guy! I forgot about this guy. He kind of looks like Danny Strong, kind of.
You're looking at a guy or looking at the...
Yeah, we keep getting out on the sync.
Yeah.
Technically.
I keep getting ahead. I think it's the bit rate.
I'm at the conversation on the technicalities of virginity.
Okay. I keep pausing every now and then to get back in sync, but it gets out of sync really.
Well, I'm at 46:58, 59.
I am at 47:05.
I'm at 46:39. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll pause.
We're all working off different files, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Dion is like, technically, I'm a virgin. You know how it is, and I was like, that means you do it in the butt.
Yes, we're looking at low-hanging pants.
I remember my twin sister and I getting in an argument because she insisted Smallville was not about Superman.
What?
How do you not know it's about Superman? The main character's name is Clark Kent.
I thought that was pretty obvious.
I mean, yeah, he doesn't wear the suit until, like, the very last episode, but yeah, it's, like, Superman growing up as a teenager.
Oh, and here we go.
God.
Enter Churchill. I can't remember what they call him in this film, but it's Frank Churchill. Christian, they call him. That makes sense.
Mm.
Now, what happens when there is love at first sight between a fashion girl and a very well-dressed man? It's not usually going to end in...
Oh, boy.
anything but shopping trips and margaritas.
This is like when the theater boys in my school would date the theater girls, and it's like, okay. It's time for your oral.
He is really like high school boy handsome of the, non-threatening, dreamy.
it's almost like his face is too perfect. Like he doesn't have pores or something. It's almost like Uncanny Valley.
Except he's got a bit of a unibrow.
Looks like a robot or something.
Oh yeah, he does have a unibrow. I can't hate though. I also have a unibrow. I just flipped mine. Listen, maybe she's not as well studied as the teacher would like, but I think that she should get kudos for being able to improv that shit.
I love the terrible outfit.
Yeah, like the sailor hat with the money symbol pin. Oh, the 90s.
That's just amazing.
What is junkie?
I think it's philosophy from the 60s.
Junkie philosophy.
Philosophy or poetry? I can't remember. William Burroughs.
I don't know. What was a gay boy reading in the 90s? Besides Playgirl.
Wait, Playgirl was a real thing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Heavy clam bakes. Is this like a lesbian code? Oh yeah, the fancy music video, the song by Izzy Azalea. Yeah, it's it steals its aesthetic from this movie. Like she wears the yellow plaid thing and everything. And Charlie XCX is dressed as Brittany Murphy.
There's a Weird Al biopic coming out. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, and Daniel Radcliffe is playing Weird Al.
There's no way they're gonna play that straight, so I can't wait to see what they do.
Dude, I am so down. I don't even have to see a trailer or anything. I'm down.
I have seen one promo image, and I am 1,000% there.
I'm surprised that you haven't heard of it yet, Jack. It seems like it'd be right up your alley.
What the hell? How have I not heard of that? That's insane. Oh, cool.
I like how the dad is immediately getting protective. Sir, this man is extremely clockable. Are you not picking up on the Judy Garland vibes?
Yeah, I mean...
Of course, we have to have the 90s thing of a girl walking down a staircase.
They didn't quite fit the brief to actually have us believe that.
I like how what she puts on barely covers the dress.
Of course. So we have various flavors of pretentious.
Paul Rudd is very good at playing awkward teenage boy, teenager with a crush. He's probably 20. Technically not a teenager, but still.
Okay, so I was totally into the swing thing.
It's hip hop reggae swing music.
Yep.
Wait, is this Smash Mouth?
I think it's No, it's not Smash Mouth. I think it's
Or Sugar Ray, maybe? I don't know.
the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, I think. I could be wrong.
The Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of ska, kind of.
Yeah.
He's over here doing South Pacific choreography. Oh, ooh. That would be me.
The pratfall? Yeah, it'd be me.
No, I literally did that one time on stage during a play. We were supposed to, like, walk up risers, and I just, like, bam, on my face. And I had to get up and act like I didn't just fall, like, you know, ass up in front of an entire audience. Keep going. When ballet tutus were a thing, like, you know, like, as a casual fashion statement.
And I'm at the point of the picture, at the still I use for the thing. Communicating actual stuff means actually finishing a sentence. Like, I am good at this. Yes, I'm so very. We have established I am bad at this.
Oh, honey.
Yeah. I mean, I had a crush on one of my gay friends in high school, but he hadn't fully come out, but absolutely ever wasn't exactly hiding, and I not long. I moved on.
I low-key love her little overalls, patchwork overalls.
Yeah, she's absolutely adorable. Why she belongs with the adorable skater boy.
Exactly. How is nobody dancing with her, though? She's so cute.
Because they're high school boys.
Girl, what are you doing? I wonder how tall was Brittany Murphy? I'm gonna look it up.
I don't know.
She was 5'3", so she was an inch shorter than me.
Oh yeah, she was tiny then. Wow.
That's about how tall I am. But I am not tall. I am short.
Wait, you're 5'3"? I thought you were 5'4".
I think I'm somewhere in between.
Oh. I'm like 5'4", 5'5"-ish. So I'm like a little bit taller than you. Which is weird, because I'm so used to being like shorter than all my corn-fed gigantic Texas friends.
It's one of those funny things about the internet. You never know how tall someone is when you're used to them in a box.
No, Jack, like, I knew you for months before I knew that you were in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Like, I think Sarah just casually mentioned it one time, and I was like, wait, Jack's in a wheelchair? And she was like, you didn't know that? I was like, I've never seen you...
It's not something that I hide or anything. It's just not. But also, like, why would I randomly bring it up for no reason? You know?
Because I always see you, like, you know, from here up.
Yeah. I think Josh pointed it out that then he forgets, and all of a sudden he sees me like float away.
I can't remember why I mentioned it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's something I'm very open about, but I just don't announce it, so a lot of people don't know.
Maybe because I was annoyed that the stupid people had shut you in your apartment again.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's fun.
I wonder how many people like watch my videos and like they think they don't know that I'm fat. I don't know. I have a pretty chubby face. I feel like it'd be hard to not know.
I don't know. I can't hide it. I don't care. I'm really amazed that the video about the horrible play has over 1,000 views and no mean comments.
Yeah.
Oh, that's no mean feat.
I don't know how it's avoided the thing, but
yeah. Usually people are so horrible about fat people.
oh yes,
Yeah.
a lot of my videos.
Like
get a
actually,
lot
it's
more.
justified to be anti-fat because fat people suck. I think that people think that like anti-fatness is okay because like we choose to look like this. It's not like racism or sexism. It's like we don't choose our race or our gender or whatever, but like we choose to be fat.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that simple. Say it's a choice.
Exactly, it's not. But that's how bigots, excuse it.
I think the thing is that fit people think of their fitness as a virtue. It was so they assume that they succeeded at something that we failed at.
Yeah.
Well,
here's the thing: being healthy is not a moral obligation. Like I don't have to be healthy if I don't want to.
It's also like it's good to be healthy, but it's like largely
but also,
a matter of luck.
Thin does not mean healthy, just like fat does not mean unhealthy.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And all of these things are a lot of them are a matter of luck. You get the genes you get.
Yeah, exactly.
And the life stuff you get.
Diet culture has like trained us to think that it's like it's your fault that you're fat if you just worked harder and applied yourself. When the truth is, anyone who's tried to lose weight or has lost weight knows that it really is just down to genetics. Because even if you do manage to lose weight, like 9 times out of 10, you're going to gain it right back.
97-ish% of the time.
Yeah. Like everybody who was on that Big Loser show gained back all the weight.
Yeah. But, teaching people to live healthily at the weight that they are doesn't sell.
Yep. It's like anti-fatness ties in with capitalism, it ties in with sexism, and in some cases it ties in with racism because, people of color tend to have curvier bodies.
And
they don't meet up to that European beauty standard, which is fine. They don't have to. Nobody does.
And it very much is ableism.
And ableism, yes.
It's a circle within the circle rather than like the Venn diagram is a circle with a tiny little overlap and a big
Mark
overlap
says,
on the other side.
Do you think attitudes are changing? And not very quickly, but I think there is definitely more acceptance. Although what we need to work on is like not treating like saying that like, oh, fat bodies are sexy, fat bodies are attractive, I like your stretch marks, and people act like that's the same thing as treating fat people as worthy human beings, fetishizing them. Yeah.
Plus, it's often disingenuous too when people do that.
Yeah.
Well, the assumption with female presenting people who are assumed to be women is that acceptance means being wanting to be that what we want is to be desired.
Yeah.
Because that's our job, right?
Yeah, men tend to think that being nice to women means telling them, oh yeah, I totally court you.
Like, no, that's not actual.
Yeah, like that's nice to hear in some cases, but
no.
Yeah.
I really only want the people that I'm attracted to find me attractive.
Well, yeah. Someone that I'm dating. Oh my god, he's watching Spartacus. It's extremely gay.
Yeah. No, Jack, we very much know not all men are like this. This is the programming men get.
I don't. Yeah.
And you just don't ascribe to the programming.
No.
Patriarchy.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah. Like stereotypes exist and whatnot, but yeah, not everybody fits into that. And I wasn't taking it personally.
This reminds me when I was like 11 and I had a crush on my mom's friend's son who was like 17.
Oh.
Awkward, cringy flirting, and it's like, girl,
when I was a kid, I kind of had a thing for Alicia Silverstone, especially when she was in Batman Forever.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense.
It's like spandex.
And she's gorgeous, and you do like your brats.
My what?
Brats.
Oh, brats. I thought you said breasts. I was like, well, yeah.
Oh, Jack likes
Well, who
brats,
doesn't?
huh? I loved how in that movie they were like, oh yes, this is Alfred's niece who's been living in England, and she does not at all have an English accent.
Yeah.
First of all, Barbara Gordon is the daughter of Jim Gordon, not Alfred.
Yeah. That movie is so stupid, but I've got a soft spot for it.
Oh God, yes, we love the Joel Schumacher Batman movies.
Speaking of things that are
he
gay,
chose the style and he ran with it, and you know.
And the style was horny neon throw up.
Yeah,
you should check out the James Somerton's video on camp. There's a section on Batman.
Oh, I've seen him.
It is so camp.
I am Catwoman. Hear me roar. I actually used that video in my. I used that clip in my latest video.
Oh, and Jim Carrey's Riddler was incredible. Love that.
He's just so obviously in his 30s.
Yeah. Oh, that would scare the shit out of me.
I used this clip in the video too.
It's classic. I mean, it's a total stereotype, but like everything in this film, there's all playing with.
I used "buggin" as like an expression in a fan fiction one time, and like the person who said it was immediately like, "God, what is it? 1995?"
Friend of Dorothy is one of my favorite euphemisms. Whether my absolute favorite is just are they family? But the funny thing about the Friend of Dorothy is the Navy, I believe it was, in the 40s, kept hearing about Friends of Dorothy so much that they thought there was an actual Dorothy and did an actual investigation to find the Dorothy.
You might say that they wanted them to surrender Dorothy.
No place like home. Oh, I keep yawning. I'm sorry.
The tiny, tiny purse.
What's the tiny little purse? What could you possibly carry in it? Like one credit card, maybe a lip gloss.
Yep.
I love that jacket. That's actual assault.
Yes, actually it is. In fact, it is a piece.
Haha, the 90s when assault was funny.
It does echo night. Yeah. I mean, the
it's
baby
got
dolls
that
were in
Empire
style.
waistline.
Yeah.
And like
it fits the
whatever this neckline is.
Yeah, it fits the 1990s and the 1810s.
Oh, I wonder. I bet that was on purpose because it's an adaptation of Emma. Haha. This outfit right here, the blue sweater over the white shirt, this is the one that Charlie XCX wears in the music video. I low-key love that girl's little pigtails, the fluffy things. Somebody's not the it girl anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Clerks. Read them.
Yeah. Clerks
My
is
cat's
good.
asking for attention.
I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan.
Yeah, I even enjoyed the Jay and Silent Bob reboot. It wasn't good at all.
It wasn't good. No, it wasn't good. It was pretty bad.
But I still enjoyed it.
I love those characters, but yeah, it was pretty bad.
Like I both Strike Back and the reboot. Like, yeah.
I love Strike Back. I will argue that Strike Back is a good comedy, but the reboot wasn't. I don't think. But my favorite of his is Dogma, but also Tusk. I love Tusk. Tusk is a great horror movie, I think.
I gotta go with Chasing Amy.
That's the thing. That film gets a lot of hate, and I don't get it because it's basically a Kevin Smith chick flick, and that's okay. And I think it's good for what it is.
Why does it get hate though? That's the question.
I don't know.
I think it is very male gaze on queer experience, but it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, because I don't think it's necessarily done in a bad way as such. I don't know. It's hard
No,
to explain.
Because it's based on his experience having dated a woman with much more experience.
Yeah.
So it is like a guy's reaction to that. And if you watch it with that spirit in mind, like, it's interesting.
Yeah.
She found her shirt, I guess.
See, this is how to make like so much out of a tiny little role.
Literally, can I speak to your manager?
It really is speak to the manager. I did my driver's license on very early on a Saturday morning.
Oh wow!
Hmm.
I lucked out.
That's confident.
I've never taken my driver's test. I took the test with my learner's permit, which is written, and I passed it with flying colors.
Oh, the streets were like super empty, and of course, and it was Saskatoon, which is not
Texas.
not you know. Thank you. Dinner's on the table, but there's 20 minutes left of the film. Sorry, Dad. Oh, have either of you ever done an ex-boyfriend burn?
I've never had a boyfriend, so no.
Well, I was assuming gender flipped for you.
I've technically had a boyfriend, but he didn't know he was a boy when we were dating.
Yeah. Okay. Ex-person, ex-crush, sort of purge like this.
Yeah, I'm kind of I don't hold on to keepsakes like that.
I threw out a toy that me and my ex-partner used after we broke up. Does that count?
My ex gave me a clatter ring, which I left on her desk when we broke up.
Ooh. That feels very Buffy and Angel.
Yeah, it was, absolutely. I was being dramatic as fuck.
Oh.
So Cher and Josh end up together. They get asked, how did you two meet? What do they answer?
We actually met through our parents.
Yeah. We were like step siblings.
We grew up together.
I mean...
No, it's like that Folgers coffee commercial. You're my present this year.
I remember that.
See,
So,
with Emma and Knightley, it's actually his brother is married to her sister. I don't know why they didn't do that.
I mean, they could have. So, yeah.
Yeah.
You're a virgin who can't drive. Ooh. At least they do like the mature thing where it's like, you know what, let's take a break and like talk again when we're not mad.
Yeah. After they say the mean things. But it could have gotten meaner.
I feel like Clueless could technically be like Mean Girls, but from Regina's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Because like Cher made Ty in the same way that Regina made Katie.
Well, Austen set out to make as she put it, a character that only she liked.
Okay.
And
it's like Carrie from Sex and the City.
Yeah, because like, no, Carrie from Sex and the City is actually awful.
No, that's what I'm saying though. Only the person who created Sex and the City would like Carrie.
Yeah, that was what Austen set out to do, because at the time, like, the thing was to make female heroines like paragons of virtue, and she's like, yeah, that those characters make me sick. I want to make a character that only I will like, and see if the audience, turns out she's one of the most beloved characters in all of fiction. You don't like her to begin with. She's not a good person to begin with. But at least by your second reading or watching this film, you gotta love her.
I think Clueless really is like the perfect name for this movie, because it's like, you like Cher, she's cute, she's peppy, but she is just totally clueless. Like, ugh,
Yeah.
So is absolutely everybody in this film.
Also, it's like, if it's not called Clueless, what else are you gonna call it? I couldn't think of another title for this.
Emma.
Cher?
Cher.
Cher? Okay.
I love Josh.
That wasn't No, it wasn't as hard as I thought. Elton, you're like 35. Get out.
I do kind of like in the most recent Emma adaptation when they actually get to the declaration, she gets a nosebleed. It's so random, and I like it. It's better than all the running in the 2007 Persuasion adaptation. But it's not a bad adaptation, I just think the running is silly.
Those little jammies are so cute.
Yeah. I'm now like tempted to go through this film and figure out what the meaning of all the plaid is. There's so much of it. So many different combinations.
Time to pull out the costume codex.
No. This is just very, very...
The maid?
They named the movie Beverly Hills College Girls? Oh, no.
What?
Mind you, there is this kind of thing in France
Cher.
where school terms aren't exactly the same.
Wow, Beverly Hills College Girls. I mean, you call it that, it's exactly what it says on the tin, I guess.
Well, they're not... It's high school girls, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, true. High school, you're right there.
So it's like snakes on a plane. Well, what's that about?
Or Muppet
Horses
Sex and Drama.
on a boat.
Yeah.
Why is he always going to the nurse?
I don't know.
Have we seen what the nurse looks like? That would be my guess. Oh, college is middle school in France. Oh, that's interesting.
How does that work? Middle school implies that it's in the middle of something. Is it like in between like high school and grad school?
I don't know.
Or maybe they mean like in the French language. I don't know.
I don't know. Everybody has different terms. In Britain, it's primary and then secondary school. That just feels very 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Very.
We didn't do tabling at my school, that's for damn sure.
We could say that about every frame in this film.
I mean, everything.
This feels more like a college thing.
The crushed velvet shirt. My best friend was my escorted me to grad in a velvet shirt, which was mine. And yes, of course he was gay. But most people who've escorted me to events have been.
Oh, Aw, he's donating his bong. Is that a bong made out of like a honey pot, like the bear kind that you squeeze?
I don't know. It's some kind of ceramic.
One time I was hanging out with this. We were actually filming this thing at this guy's house, and he was a big druggie. And we were filming a thing where like we were using his bong as a prop, and there was a thing where I was supposed to take out of his hand, and I didn't know that like the bowl part detaches, so I grabbed it by the bowl, and the bong falls on the floor, and like the little the bubbler thing in the thing like breaks off inside. Like the outside was like intact. It was just the thing inside, so it was intact, but it was useless, and I felt so bad because apparently he had like a big emotional attachment to it.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, he had to, like, sit down for, like, a few minutes and just, like, mourn it. And I was like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I did some skipping classes and smoking, too. Although, it was just cigarettes in my case.
Let's just say once...
I skipped last period math a lot. I would just hide in the theater.
From my teenage years into my early to mid-20s, I was well acquainted with a certain leafy substance.
Yeah, that stuff gives me a migraine, which is the reason I don't do it.
It gives me anxiety now, so that's why I don't do it anymore.
Well, It's not legal in my state, so of course I've never done it.
Either. That's why I'm being vague.
But yeah, if I had done it, it would probably make me like really like tired and lazy and just sleepy.
That's typically just what it does.
This stream is hosted in Canada, where it is entirely legal.
Canada, more like Canada.
They'll legalize it here
BC.
soon, I'm pretty sure.
Nothing changed when the law changed. Oh, is that a Smashing Pumpkins shirt? I saw them live.
Nice.
Yeah, the Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness tour.
That's like peak Pumpkins. Holy crap.
Yeah, the seats we had was like way in the back.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's just, like, we barely saw anything, but yeah.
The first time I saw Marilyn Manson, I was way up the back, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing! Oh my god!
These accountant guys watching them being like, fucking kids in love.
Oh, he's a big old douche. Even with the suspenders. Like, looks like a full Thatcherite. They should have had red suspenders.
Classic 90s yuppie douchebag.
That is a good point, Redham. Yeah. I'm not so much a Marilyn Manson fan anymore. I still have some sort of appreciation for the music, but I don't listen to it much anymore. And he himself, he seems to be a pretty awful person.
Mm-hmm. This is going to make me sound like a terrible hipster, but I always felt like he was kind of like a KMFDM and like he was like a lot of other artists, but just had a better gig.
I mean, his aesthetics and the theatrics were very good, but
yeah, to me it just felt like more theatrics than music. So
I mean, see, I disagree, but I think what he did was he surrounded himself with some really talented musicians. He himself is a pretty mediocre vocalist, but
Oh yeah, no,
he had some good musicians.
he had some great musicians, and I liked a lot of the bands that they came from.
Yeah.
Like the Revolting Cocks is great. Like,
but over the years, he just started acting more and more dickish, and now he's like a clown. Also, he's done some awful things, clearly. But yeah, I'm not really into him anymore. But back in the day, holy crap.
See how much less interested we are in the lovey-dovey stuff than
talking about Marilyn Manson.
I love the lovey-dovey stuff. It's just I've seen this so many times.
Yeah.
It's been a while for me.
That's often often that's the least interesting part of romance movies to me, is when they're like, okay, now we get together.
I just love this movie because of its iconic lines and costumes.
He has a couple of covers,
Aww.
but there's only like 3 or 4 though.
Let's be real though, Paul Rudd is so pretty to look at.
Yes.
Even as a straight man, I can appreciate the looks of Paul Rudd without a doubt.
The hazel eyes. Charlie says, I'm not a fan of these two, TBH. Oh, you mean you don't ship Cher with her stepbrother?
Well, when you put it like that, Ran, you made it sound weird, because it is weird.
Yeah. And like, one of my favorite kind of ships are people who are super obviously into each other but have no idea. But even then, I'm like, with this one, it's kind of like, yeah.
It kind of felt like they only got thrown together because of, that's the way, because of the novel.
And I don't think they really had chemistry myself. I don't see it.
Whereas Emma and Knightley do. I mean, even then, it's kind of... It depends on the adaptation. The thing is, that the novels had to end in someone marrying someone with money, too.
No single ladies allowed.
Nope.
Guys, she's wearing a suit because she's a lesbian. Do you get it?
I get it. That's so subversive.
It's so subtle, I know, but like...
And the maid is dressed as a maid to the wedding.
But like she's wearing like a corsage. I think it's nice of Emma's dad, Cher's dad, to let them have the wedding at his house.
Yeah.
Couldn't be because they couldn't afford another set.
But it's definitely not my least favorite of the classic couples who have to get together at the end is Rochester and Jane, and Jane Eyre, because it's abuse. Like, please do not marry that man.
And that's the movie. Did they do the 90s thing where they have like outtakes in the...
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, they don't. That's one of the most fun things about 10 Things I Hate About You. Like, in the credits, they play, like, the outtakes and stuff.
Yeah.
They also did that in Bring It On, which is fun. But Bring It On was, like, early 2000s, so...
I think Sarah once told me that she didn't like Kirsten Dunst. I
don't. I don't know. There's something about her that annoys me.
Massive. I was in love with her from age like 14 until like 20.
Aw, Peter Parker had a crush on Mary Jane.
That's where it started. I saw Spider-Man and I wanted to be Spider-Man and I wanted to be with Mary Jane. And,
I just from Interview with the Vampire, I was like, from that point, I was just like, I just don't like this person. I think there's a particular... I love her
as Claudia. She was great as Claudia, I think.
I don't know, I was pretentious and I'd read the book and I didn't feel it suited the book. It's like the adaptation took a bunch of stuff that was actually belonged to a different character. I told you I was pretentious.
I think I love that film, but it sort of it's a watered down version of the book
Mm-hmm.
though. Like it's missing so much that
Yeah.
but I still, that's one of my favorite horrors. But yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
I think
And I don't
there's
necessarily
also
disagree.
something about her that kind of looks like the girls who used to pick on me as a teenager. So the
That's fair.
like
That's valid.
the like empathy buy-in for me for the petite blondes is a lot higher than it is for most.
I think the first movie I saw her in was Jumanji, but she was just a kid then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she was even younger in Interview with a Vampire. She was.
I haven't seen that yet. I've read the book though. I need to watch the movie now. It was so funny because it was on like Hulu, I think, for the longest time, and I was like, I kept telling myself I need to finish the book so I can watch the movie. Then finally, when I finished the book, it was gone.
It's also the only film that I can stand Tom Cruise in.
Well, folks, it's been really fun watching a movie with you.
It has indeed.
Yeah.
It's always fun to see you two, and it's really great. I'm glad this worked out, even though it was such a crazy mess trying to get it sorted.
It was.
I
it
promised.
was a Sisyphean battle.
Yes, I promise to be better at this the next time we do this, and I will try and do more of these.
Thanks
Yeah.
for having me, Sarah.
Yeah, same.
So yeah, I think it's gonna end it there. Super appreciate all of you who support me.
Yes, we love you, chat. We love you, viewers.
Yes.
Have a wonderful day, evening, whatever you're up to.
I'm so hungry. I didn't have dinner.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna go. I want to go eat. Okay, so thank you all. I'm gonna end the stream.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.